Welcome, welcome. The keys to the kingdom. What are they? They are the open tunings that we are going to apply to our guitar that will unlock a king's ransom of musical possibilities for you. So let's get started. All right, this week we're going to talk about my two favorite open tunings, Open G and Open D. But stick around with me till the end and I will offer you a mind-blowingly simple alternate tuning that could very well change the way that you play guitar forever. So stick around. First of all, let's talk about the first tuning, Open G. What is it? Well, it's taking a standard tune guitar, which would normally be, well, first of all, let me get a standard tune guitar. So here we are. We have a standard tune guitar. Oh, with my tuner on it all of a sudden. So here we are. What is a standard tune guitar? It is normally E on the top string or the sixth string. So we have E, we have A, we have D, we have G, we have B, and we have E. So how is it from this we attain open G tuning? Well, we're going to take the A string and we're going to tune that one down to G. Your third string here is also a G. So we can tune this I always like to go down and then back up a little bit. So here, now we have G, D, G, B, which is already because in the triad of G, we have G, which is the tonic, we have B, which is the third, and we have D, which is the fifth. So we already have G, D, G, B. So now what we're going to do is with the high E string, we're going to tune that down to D. And we have a D string right here, fourth string, so let's just tune these two together. Right? And then the top string we're going to tune down to D as well. Sorry, brand new strings on there, a little slippage. So we have the fifth on the top. We have the tonic right here on the fifth string. We have the fifth, which is on the next string. We have the tonic, we have the third, and we have the fifth. So there's your, it's a little bit out of tune. One thing that I want to mention is that depending on the gauge of your strings and what kind of guitar you're using, as you tune these strings down, the relief of the neck might change a little bit, the tension on the guitar will change. Depending on the gauge of your strings, it can affect the overall tuning. Sometimes it might go a tendency to go a little bit flat overall. So I'm going to check that I actually am in concert pitch here. And I'm a little bit sharp on this G string now, so let me start with the biggest strings because they will affect the rest of the strings the most. So the D is right on. The G is a little sharp. The other D is a little sharp. So this will affect the high strings as we tune up here. I started off the video with a riff from the Rolling Stones. Keith Richards wrote so many of the Stones' most iconic songs in open tunings. He especially loved Open G. It was one that he used a lot. Some other songs that you might not have known were in Open G, like for instance this one by the Black Crowes. What a great riff. And all we're doing is now that we have an open chord on our guitar, we just basically create a bar and we have an open chord tuned to, well, it's a major chord, it's a major triad. And so when it's open, it's G. At the second fret, it would be A. Here it would be C, D, E, F, G, right? So all you have to do is remember that your open string here is G, and then count up your notes to find out what your tonic is. Your tonic will be the 5th string. The note that is indicated on the 5th string. I remember reading an article years ago with an interview with Keith Richards where he talked about his tunings, and he would actually remove the top string from his guitar because he felt that it just got in the way. So all he wanted was the big major chord. So and his saying was all you need is 5 strings, 2 fingers, and an. Open tunings are also great if you want to play slide. I love playing slide with open tunings, and I forgot my slide bar. So give me a second. There it is. So I like to use a Dunlop 222 brass slide. I just love the sound of this. It's not as bright as a chrome slide, but it has a lot more sustain than a glass slide. This is what I found anyway. So yeah, having an open tuning, well, you just replace your finger with the slide bar. Jimmy Page used a lot of open tunings and a lot of slide. And of course, the king of all open G riffs. Day that I was born, you know what I mean. So yeah, open tunings, they're amazing, and what this one will do to you, I've written a bunch of songs in open tunings because I love the fullness that it gives you, even if you're playing solo or if you're playing in a band, because you can just keep this drone going, this tonic. You got your tonic, it's very bluesy. Here's one that I wrote. So it's just a fun way to, and what else? So there's tons of possibilities with open tunings. And in another video, we'll go into slide technique a little bit more. I don't want to go too far into slide right now, but I just wanted to talk about the possibilities of open tunings with open G. So that was open G. Let's go back to a standard tune guitar, and we'll talk about open D a little bit. And here we are back with a standard tune guitar. All right, so how do we get to open D? Open D is a really huge sounding open tuning because you get all 6 strings involved. Basically, we take the E string and we go down to D. So here's your D again. Right? And then we're going to take the A string because first of all, what are the notes in D? Is a D is the tonic, F sharp is the 3rd, and A is the 5th. So we already have the 5th here on the A string. So let's tune the A string and the B string both to A. There you go. So now we have D, A, D, and D there. Let's tune the high E string to D as well. And the G string, it's really easy. If we just go down a semitone, we're going to be at F sharp. So we'll have D, F sharp, and A on all of these strings. A little bit out of tune again because we're moving these big strings, so it's going to affect the sound. So let me check the overall tuning of the guitar. It lends itself beautifully to slide. It's like super deep. So I love it. I also normally I tune my guitars in E flat, so when I go down to this open D, it's actually open C sharp, so it's incredibly huge sounding, really heavy. I love it. I love it. I've written a ton of songs on this one. So we have the D on top, we have the A, we have the D again, we have the F sharp, we have the A, and then we have the D. So this is a beautiful chord, and again, you can use this sus4. You can use this sus4, sus6 kind of thing. Love it. It opens up your guitar in a whole new way. Of course, it's going to make playing guitar a little bit, playing lead guitar a little more tricky because you have all these shifts in what we're normally used to. So our trusty old minor pentatonic shapes will not work the same way that they would in a standard tuned guitar. Thank you, thank you. If you stuck with me this far, I really appreciate it. As promised, I'm going to share with you a mind-blowingly simple alternate tuning that could really change the way that you play guitar forever. I know it changed my life when I started adopting this. So let's go back to a standard tuned guitar. So here we are with a standard tuned guitar. Back where everything is where it should be and we're used to it. So here is the alternate tuning that changed my life. It's the simplest one as well, and it's drop D. So what's drop D? If you don't know already, most people do. Well, I shouldn't know. I should not assume. A lot of people who play heavy music know what this is because it gives you a really low top string, and it gives you, well, first of all, let's get into drop D. What is it? You take your top string, you drop it down to D, drop it down to D, and that's all it is. So here's our D string. So like the open D tuning, it gives you this huge low note on the top, but what it really gives you, which is super cool, which I love, is that it gives you power chords with just one finger. So here you are. Now, what I love about it is that it gives you a quick, agile way to play a series of power chords in a really low kind of chugging. I don't have a really heavy sound on my guitar, but if I did, this would really, really stand out there. Right? Everybody knows Shine. I've written a bunch of songs on this too. Things that you could never do in standard tuning. Could you imagine me trying to do this riff? It would just be, it couldn't exist. So here is a whole new range of possibilities, and the best part of it is the only thing that shifted is your top string. All of your favorite scales up to the 5th string to the 1st string are all in their standard position. So when you want to noodle over your chord changes, there's no problem at all. So there you have it. Thank you for spending this time with me. If you like this content, if you find that we are putting out good stuff, please subscribe, like the video, leave your comments below. Let me know about what your favorite tunings are. Do you have open tunings, alternate tunings? I've only scratched the surface in these. These are my 2 favorites, but there are tons of them out there. So let me know what you think. Thank you for spending this time with me. I am Double D, aka Dwayne Dixon. This has been Double D's Rock School, and we'll see you on the next one real soon.